Hello everyone, it's Shay Schwartzman and it's a great day. Hope you're enjoying the good weather wherever you are. I hope you're having good weather wherever you are. Thank you very much for joining me on today's training webinar. Today we're going to talk about radio podcasting and the opportunity to use audio as part of your done-for-you video and audio broadcasting, as well as using multimedia as the big picture of using multimedia to connect with clients and to become a dominant realtor in your marketplace. So what is the benefit of audio? Well, the benefit of audio and, well, the benefit of video and audio, as we've discussed in the past, is building trust and authority in your marketplace. The more you tell, the more you sell is something that we've heard, and that's true. The idea here is that over time, if you can connect with people on an ongoing basis, and we know that to be true, that the more we give them good information on a consistent basis, and it's not about selling, it's about providing benefits, then when it comes time to do business with us, we'll stand head and shoulders above the crowd. Audio is a great, audio and podcasting, in this particular case, podcasting is a term that's comes from the word iPod, and that's kind of where it started, was the idea that you can listen to music on an iPod, and now there's, you can listen to music, you can listen to audio on a number of different mediums, which we'll talk about. But the idea here is that if you can develop a consistent way of sharing your message with prospects, over time, the more that they will be, the more trust you will build and the more rapport that you build with your prospects. Now here's some statistics on audio online or podcasting, is that 29% of North Americans listen to audio online. So if you do the math, that's several, millions of people. So some of your prospects are listening and getting their messages from online audio. The other thing is that that we see from our statistics is that 90% of those who listen to audio take action on something they've heard during the podcast. So who are the people who listen to these podcasts? So the people who listen, it's not everyone, but again, I always like to use the analogy of to catch a fish, you want to have a lot of hooks in the water. If you only have one hook in the water, you're only going to catch one fish at a time. So, if you're doing direct mail, SEO, pay-per-click, you want to investigate and use the power of audio and video to have it as another hook in the water, if you will. So these consumers, they are they don't want, they're I guess in some ways they're non-traditionalists. They listen to media, or they don't watch media or listen to media in traditional means, meaning, they watch online videos, they watch video or listen to audio on their smartphones or desktops, and they're high social media users. So generally, these are the people that will be attracted to your video, or in this case, your audio podcasts. So if you think that part of the demographic or some of the people that you're looking to attract or you're looking to connect with and build your brand, then podcasting or audio, online audio, is a very powerful tool to use. Here's just some statistics to show that many people, about 11% now, who listen to online radio actually listen to it in their cars. So if you have an online program, it could be available to them to listen to in their car, on their smartphone. A lot of people can connect their smartphones now to their car audio devices. So it's not that it's a huge percentage now. Like all new media, it grows, and it grows every day. But there is a significant number of people who are interested or who are using this to get information. And this should be another avenue for you to connect with people using audio. And I wanted to share with you the 5 rules for building authority with your audience. So when you create your audio pieces, and we also create audio for you as part of the Done For You program, as you know, but the 5 rules for building authority with audio are the following. Having a USP, a unique selling proposition, something where you can make a risk-free offer to folks to do business with you. These platforms, whether it's video or audio, it's not about selling. Yes, you want to make, you want to let people know your point of difference, how you can, for example, sell their home faster for top dollar. If they're buyers, how you can help them find the home of their dreams for the best price. But with all of that, the idea is to, and I want to stress that, is to offer free information. It's to offer a benefit-rich program so that there is no selling. You present a problem, how your program offers a solution, and the selling kind of takes care of itself because the customer, the consumer, come to their own conclusion. And this, in a sense, is how you differentiate yourself using multimedia, such as audio and video, and influencing people, is by becoming the expert in your field. You become an expert by continually, over time, offering great information in a way that people want to receive it. Now, some people like to read, so of course you run print ads. Some people go online. Some people like to listen to audio. Some people like to go to watch videos. So it's the same information that you're offering across all these platforms, your universal offers, number 4, but you're doing it, it's another hook in the water. It's another medium where people can connect with you. And number 5, tend your tribe being the people who follow you. You want to make sure that, this isn't a one-off. This is something that you want to commit to on an ongoing basis, whether it's with video or whether it's audio. If it's once a week, once every other week, it's not about doing it one time. You want to make sure that when you do start your program, you want to make sure you continue doing it and getting it out there. So that means sending out your video emails on a consistent basis. You may be sending out video emails, and maybe you're sick of it, if you will. but your customers aren't, because your customers are always changing. People are coming in and out of the marketplace all the time. So the information that we provide you to share with your prospects is good information, and it's information that's timeless. So you want to be consistent. You know, if you're going to send out, if you have the online listing and buyer presentations, you want to make sure that you send that out before you go on a listing or buyer appointment as part of a pre-listing presentation or part of a pre-listing package. Because the person who receives it is receiving it for the first time. So you want to stay consistent. If you're going to create new video emails, you want to keep doing it on a consistent basis. So let's get into podcasting. And we, as part of the Done For You program, you're given a very, very powerful audio tool in the radio podcast, or the radio Q&A radio style show that we produce. And if you're not familiar with that, you want to go to platinumvideos.tv, platinumvideos.tv, and you want to click on BOM Audio CD. When you click on that, you will see a number of samples, Craig's and Todd's and some other members who we've produced the audio for. And this is an audio CD that is a Q&A type of interview. It's set up as a radio show. It gives third-party endorsement that sets you apart as the real estate agent of choice. Showcases your unique cutting-edge program and offers non-threatening, benefit-rich information that sets you apart. And this information is timeless. Now, you know, timeless in the sense that at some point, if you change part of your program or you do new things, then, you know, we can update it. But this is a very powerful tool that you have as a Done For You member in your arsenal that you should be using. One, as a CD, of course, you want to be able to send it as a direct response. Don't leave all your information in one basket, meaning just online, but it's available to you as a CD. And the CD is a great great listing tool. It's a great pre-listing tool as well if you're sending out a pre-listing package. It's a great promo piece. But you don't want to just give it out as a CD, although that is powerful. You also want to give it out online. And so we've created, as part of the Done For You system, we've given you the opportunity to have your own podcasting site where we'll put on your audio interview, and then that becomes a vehicle for you to also create your own podcasts. If you do a radio show, you could upload your radio show. If you do online interviews, again, and then you could share that link on social media and drive traffic to that website. So think of it as your own branded online radio station. You give good information in a format that is powerful, which is radio, and again, building trust and rapport. You establish yourself as the expert. And on the form, people can subscribe to it. So because it's a link, you can add the link in an email signature. Every time you have a new audio program or a new audio podcast, you can send it out as in an email link. You can send it out as an SMS, and you can do this all through the Done For You system. So here's what it looks like. This is just a sample. I'll show you one that's currently being used. So you'll see that it's branded to you. And let's go to it right now. Here's Warren Flax's. So like all done-for-you accounts, you have a specific URL that's customized to you, doneforyou.tv/podcasting/ in this case, Warren Flax's is Platinum Realty Team. You'll see there's Warren's branding photo. Here is Warren's audio. And there's a description that you could add. There's a URL if you want to drive traffic from your description. You could drive traffic to a site. You could share it on social media sites. And like the web TV front end, you can have different channels. So if you have audio programs that deal with specific areas, then you can create separate channels. And the site has, of course, the banners that lead to your website. So for example, if I'm a prospect that Warren sent me to listen to this audio, and I have, Warren's making me some other offers on the site. So if I click on that, I'm taken to the specific landing page that's programmed to that banner, and you can put on different banners here. So it's very similar to the web TV site, except now you're branding it and using it as an online radio station. So it works on desktop, it works on the smartphones. So if someone could, and the idea would be for you to register a URL, and we can help you with that, but you would register a URL, to joesmithradio.com or joannesmithradio.com, or maybe you want to use a more of a local sounding URL or a benefit-rich URL, sellyourhomefastradio.com, and then that could be forwarded or redirected to your done-for-you podcasting site. So here's just another online vehicle that's part of your done-for-you system that allows you to stream and share audio with your prospects. And we start you off with a very, very powerful program, the radio audio interview, also known as the bomb CD, if you will. It goes by different names, but it's the radio podcasting. It's the radio. The audio interview, and we get you started with that. We record it for you, set you up with it, and over time, we will also be providing other radio podcasts that all members are able to share. So let me show you a bit of the back end. So as part of your done-for-you subscription, you have access to this front-end radio site. And again, you can share that with, drive traffic, whether it's online or in print. You can drive traffic from postcards as well. And so you would log in, you go to your front end of your podcasting site. You would log in, and you would have your back end. Very similar to the back, well, this is the exact back end that you have for your web TV, your presentation module, video library, video email, and texting. So here you have your podcasting section. And, excuse me, and here is, like all the other modules, you would upload your file here. Now, I'll show you a quick way to do a recording, but if you click on that, this is where you would upload your audio. So first you would select a channel. And when you create your podcasting site, the front end of it, you would pick your channels or create your channels, and I'll show you how to do that. And then you would pick the channel that you want to upload the video to, or the audio. You would put in a title. So what you see here is the title. That's what you would put in. And then a description. You want to add some benefit-rich information. And then search tags. So you want to, you know, if you're using certain keywords in your online initiatives, you want to add that because this will help with SEO, search engine optimization. So, you know, it could be Philadelphia, separated by a comma, Philadelphia. You know, Warren Works, New Jersey. You know, counties. You know, so I'm not going to fill this in, but you get the idea. This could be, you know, fill in the keywords that will help you in your SEO. Your podcasting image. So, do you have an image that you want to use? A photo of yourself? You would. Let me show you here. For example, here Warren is using his headshot. So, you know, you would just go here and podcasting image, you would browse your computer, find the headshot, or find a picture of a home, or a picture of, you know, you on the radio, or whatever picture you want to represent that particular podcast. And then URL. This is the URL that you want to direct traffic to. And what I would recommend is that you use a URL to your website, or if you're making a special offer on your audio program, you want to lead them to the site that's sort of the continual story, if you will, of the program. So if you're talking about your guaranteed sale program, and you say, you know, to find out more at the end of this program about our guaranteed sale program, visit www.guaranteedsale.com or click the link on this page, and that's the link that you want to put there. Media, okay, so then this is where you would find your audio. So again, you would go to your computer, and here's, for example, Warren, you'd find the MP3, click on that, and then you would click on that, find your MP3 and click OK. And then if you wanted to add a pre-roll, so means if you want to add a specific pre-roll to the audio, then you can do that here. So you can record and upload an audio piece into your library, and we'll show you where that is. And then you submit. And then once you submit, it'll upload it for you. So you'd click on Submit, and you'll see that the upload is in progress. I'll stop it now because it takes a few minutes to upload it. But that's the idea. And I'll just click away from there. You don't want to click away if once you hit submit, you want to make sure that you stay on the page until the system indicates that it's uploaded. And then once it's uploaded, it would appear here in your recently uploaded. And then, people can come on, click on it, and it would play.
Real Estate Today, giving you the best information available on the real estate market across the Delaware Valley. Today's featured guest is Warren Flax, one of the top real estate agents in the country. On today's show, Warren will be sharing with the listeners good and timely information on the home selling process, so you can make the best possible decisions when selling your home. Warren Flax will also be sharing what makes his unique home selling system different and better than what is being offered by other real estate agents from across the country. Hello, John Hart here with you again. Welcome to today's show. The purpose of Pennsylvania and New Jersey Real Estate Today is to give home sellers like you the best information we've researched on the real estate industry so you can make the best possible decisions when selling your home. Today we are joined by Warren Flax, one of the United States' top real estate agents who operates in the Delaware Valley in southeastern Pennsylvania and central and south New Jersey regions. Today Warren will be sharing his unique home selling and team system, which has been proven to sell homes fast, for top dollar, and with little hassle. Let's get started with the show. Warren, welcome. Please give our listeners a brief introduction and a thumbnail resume.
Well, thanks a lot, John. I began my real estate career back in 2003 after I graduated from the Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania. I grew up in Philadelphia, and I went to Cheltenham High School. But then I lived in other parts of the United States and some other countries for 14 years before I came back and settled here in our area again. I've lived all over the world, but I truly believe this is the best place to live and to raise my family.
What do you believe is the secret to your real estate team's success?
Well, John, my success comes from not doing the same old things that everyone else is doing. I discovered that 99% of real estate agents do the same thing, and I wanted to find a better way, a more innovative way to serve my clients.
Can you give us some examples of what you've done?
Sure. I was the first real estate agent in the area to give my clients access to a free 24-hour talking ad service that gives them the ability to listen to recorded real estate information 24/7 on any home that interests them without talking to a real estate salesperson.
So let me ask you this. If I'm selling my home, how does that help me?
Well, what we found is there are a lot of buyers that are reluctant to contact a real estate salesperson. By offering recorded information over the phone.
So I'll just stop it there. I just want to give you an example of the audio interview that we produce for you, and that becomes part of your Done For You podcasting site. So as you can hear, Warren, it's set up like a radio show, a radio interview. So it gives the credibility of sounding real. It doesn't sound like it's coming from the real estate agent, but from the Real Estate Radio Network with John C. Hart as your host. And then as you started to hear, and you can go online to Warren's podcasting site to take a listen. You can also go on to platinumvideos.tv, click on the Bomb Audio CD, and you can listen to some other you can listen to some other broadcasts as well. Now, once that's uploaded, again, you could share that with your prospects and customers by sending traffic to your site, and also using your print, whether it's your house ads or, add a line about how they can get great information on the home selling or home buying by listening to your radio network. And the other thing you can do is you can record your own audio. And if you have a PC, and the same thing for a Mac, there's a built-in sound recorder. If you have a microphone that you could purchase at Best Buy or at any computer store, you can record your own audio. Excuse me. So you would go into, if you have a PC, you would go to All Programs, scroll down to Accessories, and find Sound Recorder. And then you could easily record sound. If you put in a USB type microphone, headset, etc., then it would recognize it and you could start using it. And then once you record that audio, you would go to the back end of your podcasting site, where you can then upload, like I showed you earlier. Now, when you've uploaded your podcasts, you'll see that you'll have a list. If you have more than one, then you would have a continuous list of podcasts that you've created. You can delete them if they become obsolete or not relevant, or you can just edit the information that's there by going here, and then you can see here how Warren has uploaded and the keywords he's used. And then you can make changes, as you see. If you could change the description, the title, the channel, search tags. You could change the image, the website that it goes to, etc. So that's how you would manage your podcasting media. You can make a podcast featured. So if you, over time, we'll go back to the home page here. If over time you build your list of lots of audio, and there's certain ones that you want to keep up front, you could make it a featured podcast. So let's say you did 20 podcasts over time, and over time it's built up into different levels here, and you can't see it. You could always make that a featured one by going to your back end and going to Add Featured Podcast. You click on that. You find the podcast in this list. Click on the down arrow. If there was more than one, it would open up. You pick the one you want. You click on Add, and then it would add it to your featured podcast. So the more important ones, if you will, are the ones that have significance. You can keep them up front. So let's go back to our back end. Back to podcasting. This is where you, here now is where you would update your podcasting channels. So just like the web TV, you would have channels here, and then you could direct traffic to specific channels. So if you click on Philadelphia here, it takes you to the Philadelphia page where you could have specific videos on the Philadelphia market. And then if you see here, there's a unique URL for that channel, and then you can direct traffic using a separate URL to your Philadelphia channel, if that's the as the example that I'm using now. Or you can direct traffic to a specific program. Here's a unique URL for that specific program. So if you don't want them to go to the home page, you can direct them to a specific program. And if you're directing them from your print ads, you can register a URL that will that you can direct traffic to. So, if you're using a print ad, you want to use, if you're directing traffic from print, you want to use a benefit-rich URL that people will easily be able to remember and type in. So there's a lot of different ways of using it. So let's go back to our back end. So that's the channels. You can create your channels here by typing in, we'll just call test channel. I hit submit. You see that it's been added here. And then if I go back to my home page, you'll see that my channel has been added. There you go. Right there. So that would be relevant to where your specific channel. Of course, you can edit any channel over time. Call a test channel tool. All the information that you have there would still be the same. And then if anything becomes irrelevant, you can delete it. I'll show you here that it gets deleted. So whatever you do in the back end gets reflected in the front end. There you go. The next thing that I wanted to show you is you can create your podcast front end. By front end, I mean you can control the banners that you upload and the colors that your tabs are. I'll show you how to do that. Let's just call this test banner. And then you can upload a banner. And it shows you the dimensions here, so 984 by 114. And basically, I'll just find a banner here just to show you as an example. Let's just use this. I have this yellow one here. So you pick that, click open, and that places it there. And then what you could do is you pick the background color. So let's just pick just something. Let's just, this isn't the correct colors I would use, but it's more just to show you what you can do. Then you have examples here, so that's the color that'll be on the sides. And then you can go through and pick the colors that you want for your navigation bar. That's right here. I'm just going to pick some bright colors just to show you. You wouldn't use these colors. You would most likely use colors that represent your brand, represent your company. If you're with Remax, you may want to use red, white, and blue, or blue and white. You may want with a little red. You may, if you're Keller Williams, you may want to use red and white, or if you're Royal LePage in Canada, you may want to use red and white, etc. Link background color, so that's the color of the where the links are. I'll make that red, again, just to show you the difference. Link background color, so this when you mouse over, the link changes. I'll leave it at blue. The link font color, we'll leave it at white, but you can make that wherever you like. Link font color when you mouse over, I'll make that yellow. And then the separator, that's just separates them. I'll just make that black. Anyway, these are just colors that I just picked offhand just to show you. Then you hit submit, and it will upload the image that you wanted. And you'll see here it shows up as test banner. And you see we have our Flax this is what Warren has called his banner. But just for a moment, will disable that one by just clicking Enable. It's just an on-off feature. And then you click on Disable there, and then it becomes enabled on the test banner. And then if I click on it, you'll see that it's changed. So when I mouse over, you'll see that those are the colors I picked. Here was that banner I chose. Here was the background color I chose. So it basically sets that apart for you, and you can create as many banners as, or upload as many banners or create as many banners as you want. Let's change Warren's back. We'll disable the test banner, and we'll enable his original one. Let's click on that, and you'll see that how it's changed back. And so that shows you how to upload a banner. Now, you can also, if you don't have an image, you can also create a banner by clicking on Test. I'll call this Test of Creating a Banner. You click on Create Banner. And now you can see that you can either add images or text. The size, which again is 984 by 114, has been split up into 3 where you can add an image or type in text. So you can type in text here, an image here. So let's assume we want to add an image here. Maybe that's your logo. So click on Image, and that shows you that. That's where you're going to put your image. And just find, we'll use our Done For You logo, but you would use your own logo, of course. Yeah, and then maybe for our middle, we would type in some text. So let's call, we'll type in the Durham County Real Estate Radio. And then you could pick the font you want to use and the size. Has to be highlighted. We can center that, and depending on if you want to, I'll leave it as black right now. But let's say you use the dark. If you plan on using a darker color for the background, then you'll want to use a lighter font. In which case, you would highlight it, and let's assume we'll use a darker font just for our example here. I'll make it yellow so we can still see it. So you'll see it's now yellow. And then header right, you can put in a text, or you could put in an image. So let's assume we'll put in some text. Your home sold guaranteed, or we buy it. And then I'll pick my Arial font and make it a little bit bigger, and I'll change the color because like I said, just for our example, I'll use make it white. And then you can't see it now because it's white, but if you highlight it, you'll be able to see it. And then just like before, we could pick all the colors. So we'll pick our background color, we'll leave it dark. And then assume, just like before, you would have changed these colors by clicking on them. I'll leave them just as the default for now. but assume you would change the colors as you see fit. You named it something else, and then you click on Submit. And then it'll change it. And it's completed successfully. So now you see we have this. So again, we'll disable our original banner. We'll enable our new test banner just for example purposes. And if I refresh the page,
Pennsylvania and New Jersey.
You'll see here's my logo. Here was the yellow font I chose in the title. And here's my font. Or, I could have added a picture here as well, as you saw. And here's the link colors that I chose. I use the default just to speed up the process. I mean, the example I showed you previous would work the same way. And that's how you would create your banners. Again, let me just disable the one we created and enable the correct one. The other thing that you'll want to take notice of is your banners. These are the ad banners that you have on your front end and on your play pages. Well, let me just show you that. So let's say someone comes to your front end. You have 4 banners: top right, bottom left, bottom right, and then bottom. And these are banners that we'll provide you, or you can use your own. And then these link to a specific landing page that you direct them to go. And this is the section that you would use, podcasting ads banners. So click on Add Banner. So this is where you would upload the banner. So what banner do you want to upload? Top right, bottom, bottom left. And if you click on it, it'll show you an example of where it's supposed to go. So let's say I wanted to upload to my bottom left position. I would find the banner here in my images. Here I'll pick bottom left. Here's just ones that I use for examples. So I click on bottom left. You would add your URL. And you would hit submit. And when you hit submit, it would upload to your library for that particular banner space. So you need to pick the banner space you want to occupy. And then you would find it here in your library. Now, once you've uploaded it to the space you want, now if you wanted to add banners to the other spaces, you would again pick the radio button and then upload to that particular space. But then you can choose which one you want to display by going to Select Banner. See, here we can select the banner. See, if you only have one banner, then of course it selects it for you. And if you run your cursor over it, you can get a preview image. There. So let's say right here, we'll just show you as an example, bottom left image. We'll see that that is the 27 tips right there. So I will go to the bottom left banner, JPEG, and I'll pick that one, and I'll click on Submit. So now the system will replace what was there with this. So I'll go back to my front end. I will click on and you'll see that it's made that change. And if I click on it, it'll go to the URL that I directed it to. There you go. So let's go back to the original one. Click on that so that we're changing it back to the way it was. So that is how you select your banners on your podcasting site. And you'll find here there's a link for banner statistics. You click on banner statistics, and then it'll show you how many clicks people have clicked to your particular banner. It shows you the overall views of how many people clicked on each particular banner. And then if you click on detail, it shows you the overall views, but then it also tells you how many unique visits you've had. So if that goes by IP addresses. And then daily visits, that resets basically every day, and then daily unique visits. So that you can track and see which banners are giving you more response. And then finally, in the podcasting section, you have your audio statistics. So if you click on that, you would see which titles. There would be a list of titles here. And again, you would see how many overall views. And if you click on detail, you would see how many overall unique visits and how many unique visits per day. So that is the benefits of using audio, and that is the podcasting section of our Done For You system. Now, to wrap up today's webinar, I wanted to just let you know that on a continuous basis, you're going to be receiving our video marketing playbook videos on a consistent basis. You're going to be getting videos and videos that show you how to effectively use video in your business. And that comes from my video marketing playbook. The video marketing playbook gives you great information on how to use video and audio effectively for lead generation, follow-up, referral, retention. So make sure that you watch it. These are short, bite-sized videos, just a few minutes each, and that comes to you on a consistent basis so that you can use video and audio effectively in your business. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. My contact address is, I'll just type it out for you here. You can reach me at doneforyoutv@gmail.com. And you also want to visit our training site, which is www.doneforYouTraining.com. And on that site, let's go to it right now. On doneforYouTraining.com, so doneforYouTraining.com, you'll find videos, training videos on how to and strategy videos on each particular module. So bookmark that, and it's yours as part of the program for training and easy to access instructional videos on the program. I want to thank you very much for joining me on today's webinar. And if you have any questions, as I said, please email me at doneforyoutv@gmail.com. And you can also visit our training site, which is doneforYouTraining.com. Thank you very much, and I look forward to working with you to making audio and video a profitable part of your business. Thanks very much for joining me today, and have a great day.